Welcome, everybody, to another episode of the Popcorn Watchlist podcast, where we get together and talk about our favorites in TV and film. Today, once again, I'm joined by the venerable favorites and standards. I got my boy Danny over here to my right.
Hello.
Over in the corner over here on my left, I got Anthony.
How's it going?
And in the far end over there is the young man, Zach.
Hello.
And today, we usually start off by going through our sort of like recently watched, but since last week's episode was a bit big on a lot of news that came out from Comic-Con, today we decided to go straight right into just our recently watched, because we, over the past 2 weeks, got to see a lot of stuff, right, gentlemen?
Yeah,
Yes,
a
we
lot
did.
of TV and movies.
Yeah, so there was a good balance, a mix of everything here and there. I know all of us got to see certain shows or caught up on certain shows. Like, I know, Zach, you've been rewatching some of the like old Netflix, now on Disney Plus Marvel stuff, right?
Yeah, I've been rewatch. Well, I've rewatched. I've rewatched.
Words are hard. But that's fine.
Reva watch.
because they all sound like
Matt
they all
Reeves.
rhyme with each other. Yeah.
What?
I've rewatched most of the series more over the last like couple months, because I started watching it back when Daredevil reappeared after 2 years in Spider-Man No Way Home. And since spoilers.
No,
If you haven't seen the movie now, it's been 7 months, people. What are you doing? I really wanted to rewatch them because I remembered how great the shows were. And I figured since there was a good chance that they would start bringing those characters back with the same actors and everything into the MCU proper, then I figured go ahead and watch them, catch up, be refreshed on them. And now I've caught up to, was it episode 7, maybe 8 already of Defenders.
Yeah.
So I've already watched a good maybe 60% of what's from that Defender saga.
Yeah, you've seen Defenders before, though, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've seen everything up to Jessica Jones season 2, originally back when everything was first being released on Netflix, except for Punisher season 1 and season 2 and Jessica Jones season 3. So those will be brand new to me once I get to those.
All right. Cool. Okay.
Pretty cool going in order.
Yeah, going in order by release of season, not like doing Daredevil 1, 2, 3, Jessica Jones 1, 2, 3, etc. Doing
Like
everything
how
in
it
order.
came out in.
Yeah,
so
on Netflix release order. Yeah.
yeah, so that the story was more chronological, more concise than it jumping around back and forth, timeline wise. So it's more straightforward than getting confused.
Yeah, that makes sense. But that's another ride. That kind of makes me want to go back and rewatch some of it, just for like some of the really cool moments, the action, but also the good character arcs that
Yeah.
went on. Especially like Punisher season 1 was really cool. Like that finale is pretty top notch.
Yeah, I've been
Wild to say that.
hearing from, or back when it first came out, hearing that it was a really great first season. I'm not sure how the second season went, because I honestly didn't realize there was a season 2 until maybe a year after it came out. So. And then, of course, me being surprised. But now that I'm revisiting these shows, and I think the next season, the next thing that I watch is Punisher season 1. So that'll be my first.
Oh,
time
have fun
watching
with
those.
that.
Nice.
Have
And
fun
then
with Frank Castle just
I mean, he was great in Daredevil season 2.
the
Red.
yeah. Oh my
Penny and
God.
Penny and Dime.
Yeah.
And then
Something patch. Penny and Dime.
Oh.
I forgot.
Penny and Dime. I don't remember.
Yeah.
and he says that a few times,
Mm-hmm.
but I can't remember the exact quote. It's from a kid's book, I think.
Yeah.
From the
Have fun. Yeah. Have fun with the seasons 1 and 2 of Punisher. That's really good.
that I can't remember. And then now that Marvel announced Daredevil Born Again,
Yeah.
that is making me even. It has me more hyped. And now,
Dude, my mom got hyped. That's weird. She
Your
was like,
mom got
she's like,
hyped.
what?
All right.
They're bringing that back, and she's bought in. Like she loves that stuff. Like,
Did you tell her it was 18 episodes?
yeah, and she's like, oh, good, because she's like plowing through, like, we're talking about shows right now, but she's plowing through like some of these like feel good shows on on Netflix. Like she just caught up on Virgin River. I don't know if anybody knows about that, but it's like some like small town show where stuff happens. And
American soap opera.
kind of, pretty much. It's an American soap opera, but it's like down to season 4 and stuff. And she's like, now I'm caught up and there's no more episodes. I'm like, well, then you should probably watch Better Call Saul, Mom. And she's like, okay. Because she went and watched Breaking Bad. So now she's technically ahead of me in Better Call Saul.
Ooh,
Wow.
Catch up, man.
Yeah, that's cool. It's pretty.
3
pretty
episodes
funny.
She needs to
left.
come on the podcast.
Right? She's gonna roll up and be like, I don't know.
3 episodes left.
You know, she'll be like half English, half Spanish. Like, ese calvo viejo. I'm just like, oh, that's Mike. Okay, cool.
Like,
Like,
that guy's awesome.
that guy is
Oh
awesome.
man, Mike.
He's also great in Community. Anyway, so talking about people with vengeance for their families, Anthony, you got around to watching something pretty cool on Amazon Prime, right?
I did watch Terminal List. Yeah, that movie, and I'm sorry, that show is pretty badass. Chris Pratt is the star of it. I'm sure you've heard. It's a little pretty violent, but yeah, overall it's very good. It's only, I believe, it's 8 episodes.
How did you describe it to me initially? And I was like, yeah, I'm thinking of watching it. And you're like, it's 24, but like,
It's like it's similar to 24, whereas it's like the one lone guy who's usually right about stuff, but nobody pays attention to him, and so he has to go and do everything on his own, going against the government usually because the government's doing some shady nonsense.
politics.
Yeah, but yeah, it's Chris Pratt plays a Navy SEAL, and yeah, don't mess with Navy SEAls
Yeah.
because
No.
that's the moral of the story. Don't mess with Navy SEAls.
Somebody says it. I forgot. And it's not sort of a throwaway line, but they say something. It's like, don't beware. It'll be a mistake pushing a man to violence when that's all he's known. And I was like,
Yeah,
damn,
he had a
Damn.
good line like episode
like
5.
that is that is profound.
It's
Because
pretty much like you mess with the wrong person when like killing is like the best thing I'm good at, and like so it's pretty much the whole show is revenge show. Him,
but it's also conspiracy. Like there's
Yeah.
stuff going on, and the reason why this stuff happens, and how
You're
he's in there.
curious to know what happens because I'm only
Yeah.
on episode 2. Like I finished 1 and 2, and both 1 and 2 were all plot twists, and I was like, what?
When you get to episode 4, my guy.
yeah, each episode adds to the conspiracy. It's
Yeah.
it's well
it
paced.
makes you want to know.
Surprisingly layered too,
Yeah, it's
because of
well-paced.
that. And then like you have other like accompanying characters. The show is 2 for 3, right, Anthony? In terms of actors that Hollywood tried to make big but didn't.
Yeah, they have Taylor Kish, who I've always liked. He got shafted from being what's his face, John Carter. The movie was supposed to be called John Carter on Mars. They just called it John Carter, and nobody watched it. Didn't make any money, and
The
that's
whole
it.
saga.
Nobody watched it. It's probably on Disney Plus.
Oh,
so
it is.
I suggest
pretty sure it is.
go
Watch
watch
it.
it. But no,
Brad Bird.
he's been in a lot of stuff. He was in, I think, Friday Night Lights, the TV show. He definitely was in Snakes on a Plane, but it was just like one little
There it is.
one little spot bathroom scene. But I'll leave it at that because that movie's amazing.
That was ridiculous. And then the other one,
Taylor Kish, and the other guy is not Sam Worthington.
not Sam Worthington.
The other guy, what's his face? Man, I forgot. his
Jai
name.
Courtney.
Jai Courtney, Mr.
Captain
Captain
Boomerang.
Boomerang from Suicide Squad.
And
He's in
John McClane's
Yeah.
son
Okay.
Yeah, he's in it.
in the 5th Die Hard.
He was in.
They tried so hard to make this guy like happen.
He
Like,
was
he's
in-
not bad. Like Jai Courtney's pretty cool. It's just it's always in a role that's like,
He plays, because he's a big guy. He usually plays like tough guy roles. He was in the Jack Reacher, the first Jack Reacher movie.
Yep.
He was in Terminator Genisys.
Gen Weiss.
However you pronounce that movie.
Van Forstick.
Yeah, it's
Was-
similar to that.
He was Kyle Reese, right?
I
Yeah,
don't remember.
Gen Weiss is. Yeah, he is
I
Kyle
don't
Reese.
remember.
And then Amelia Clark is this one.
I watched the
Sarah
movie
Connor.
once and it was very forgettable. So
Yeah, it's not good.
it was just like just like Taylor Kish. Like they all do solid movies, and they all play their parts well. But it just I don't know I guess the movies that they were in weren't popular enough, and they keep trying to put these guys in other movies, and it just seems like it doesn't work out enough for them to be like in the next level of like stardom. So I don't know.
Also,
Still
Sean
good, though.
Sean Gunn is in it. So that's James Gunn's brother, Raglan from Guardians. So he has a fun little bit part. Anyway, so
That's cool.
you'd recommend it? Watching
Yeah,
it.
8 episodes. It's pretty short, nice and concise. Highly recommend it. Very good. If you like any sort of Navy SEAL type shows, action shows,
Military conspiracy
Right.
stuff.
very good.
All right.
Chris Pratt's good in it.
Cool.
It's on
Cool
Prime.
thriller. On Prime. Cool. So switching over from crazy ultraviolence to wholesome goodness. Danny, you and I got to see something really delightful in theaters just a few days ago. Would you like to share with everybody what we saw?
Yeah, so we saw Marcel the Shell with shoes on.
What a movie. Take it
That
away,
was
sir.
emotional.
Man,
It was emotional. It was deep. Like there were some lines in there that me and Xavier were like, "What?"
I'm just like, wow. Like, what was the one? Like, it's just like, I smiled because it's worth it. I was like, oh, wow, that's so wholesome. Like, that's so nice. And then you have some like hilarious, like straight up. I won't spoil the funny stuff because it is legitimately funny. It's written. It's really witty.
It's got like good, like that type of humor that, at least for me, it worked.
Like the candle going out and the dog barking. It's like, who does that? Like you see something so beautiful like that and you just
And
bark
you just
at it.
bark.
Like I was like, this show is he's so like he's so diminutive but just so profound and like sure of themselves. Like that personality is great. Yeah, sorry, keep
And-
going, man. This is
And then
good.
you have the grandma. That was emotional.
That's voiced by Isabella Rossellini.
What's the movie about? I saw the trailer once
It's-
and I was so confused. I'm like, I don't know.
So
I'm looking
yeah, it's very confusing because I saw the trailer a long time ago and I was like, I have no idea what this
Dude,
movie
that
is about.
trailer was cool, but yeah.
But now going back and seeing it, I'm like, okay. But think of it as like a documentary,
Mhm.
but a movie about a documentary being made.
So it's like almost
For
mockumentary style, and
the
like
Marcel the Shell.
so the director of the movie plays the director who's like documenting Marcel because he ends up like Airbnb-ing this house and then
Mhm.
he finds Marcel and his grandmother's like a gardener, like she's like a larger shell and then Marcel's a smaller shell. They both have shoes on, and Marcel gets around the house through these really cool like mini contraptions, and since it's an Airbnb house, like they can kind of get out of the way from everybody and no one really notices them. But like sometimes Marcel, in order to get to really tough places, he'll coat his shoes with honey and just like step up and he'll climb up the walls.
Okay.
Like it's really cute. It's really cool. Like
So, for anyone who hasn't seen a trailer, well, how would you describe the movie?
I'll let Danny take this one because I don't want to take his over. It's too good.
I don't know. I feel like it's kind of got those like super like heartfelt moments, like Ted Lasso almost.
Mhm.
Like it's just really nice. It has some good comedy moments, but I think just at the end of the day, it has such a bigger message and such a good feeling. It's like you can't leave that movie without feeling good.
I guess I would say if I like it's really heartwarming. The movie's about the main character who's trying to find their family.
Mhm.
And the movie goes into the reason why a lot of their family and friends are missing and why it's just the two of them. And by doing this, the guy uploaded small shorts of Marcel, and they get super popular. But because of that, it's like there's a lot of themes about just community, family, sort of like taking risks in life, or taking a journey because it's worth it. That's life's too short to do those things and take it for granted, and and really just find that type of connection. It's again, it's for being a weird kind of artsy A24 produced live like full version of like small shorts that debuted years ago.
Mhm.
It is really like surprisingly deep and but still really funny too. Like it's like almost like a Paddington effect in that makes any sense.
Okay.
Except
Ooh,
Marcel's
Paddington's a good.
yeah, Marcel's just as cute as Paddington. Like maybe arguably more. And what really helps make it work is Jenny Slate being the
She
voice.
was great as the voice.
It's
of Marcel.
perfect. Yeah, like she's like the co-creator of it. So like she like did a lot of stuff with the lines, and she can like she adds like what anybody else I feel like would have done it, like just not justice. I mean, and it
And
was
her humor and like the way she delivered some lines were
just
spot
perfect.
on.
I mean, we know she's funny because of
Yeah.
Parks and Rec. Like she's so for people who don't know who Jenny Slate is, if you've seen Parks and Rec, she plays Mona Lisa Saperstein, which is John Ralphio's sister, and she's like just a walking train wreck of a human being in the funniest way possible. But the movie's great. Like there's a small cameo from the show 60 Minutes. I love just the tick 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 tick. Grandma, do the thing. But like what was really nuts is like I don't know, we were in the theater and I don't know if you got the same idea, but like there were like two separate groups of like people in their late teens, early 20s watching the movie. And
It was like 2 groups of 8.
yeah, two groups of 8, and we're like, oh man, these guys are just gonna try to like
Hate on
do
this
stuff
movie.
and just sit around and quip the whole time. Nothing. Like they were just like they immediately shut up just
They
because
were focused, man.
just that's how captivating the movie is. Like it's legitimately this good. Fun fact, I think Danny has something about Rotten Tomatoes with all the A24 ranked films. Where does Marcel rank?
I gotta check. I
I-
think it was 5.
No.
No,
It's
Oh,
on
was
Rotten
it-
Tomatoes score.
because it's at 99%, which is number 1.
It is A24's top rated film.
Nice.
I think, and then just it's really good, guys. Like it's in theaters now. I think if you go to your local cinema, it's probably like just maybe one theater that has stuff throughout the day, but make the time to go watch it. Like I've been recommending it. I made a quick reel on the Popcorn Watchlist Instagram post. Check it out. Like I gave a quick 30 seconds of why you should watch the movie. We gave a good like 8 minutes of it to this alone, but yeah, like I'll
So
let Danny take that away.
It's
yeah.
a 98% on Rotten Tomatoes right now. And believe it or not, it actually came out in 2021.
Yeah, like a small
Like
limited
a
release.
limited release, and then now it's back in theaters, which is awesome to see.
Yeah.
And it's actually made a pretty decent amount for, I mean, at least a budget and
Oh, really?
size of this movie.
Do
yeah.
tell?
Marcel.
Michelle, do
Tick,
tell.
Tick, tick, tick.
tick, tick, tick. There, this when the Kush hits, dude, that thing was so stupid. What's Kush? I'm like,
But
this is great.
it's all animated.
No, it's mostly stop. It's stop
Like
motion.
stop motion.
Okay,
Yeah, it's mostly stop motion. So,
but not all of it.
yeah. And I think the director's name was Dean Fleischer Camp.
So far, it's
Yeah.
made 4 million.
Okay, you know, those are rookie numbers. You gotta pump those numbers up. Matthew McConaughey style. The other creator and director of the movie, he's actually tapped to do the live action Lilo and Stitch,
Which
Cool.
we
Yeah, that's
mentioned in
right,
the
that's
last
right.
episode.
which we did. Yes, sorry, repeat, but that good. Any final closing thoughts on Marcel?
Go watch it in theaters,
Yeah,
and
Okay.
just go along for the journey. Don't think about it too much, but just
I mean, if you think about it too much, like later on at home in your bed, you might have a existential tear of like happiness and heartwarmness. But hey, I'm not speaking from experience or anything. Nice.
So, what did you watch, Xavier? Other than Marcel?
Other than Marcel the Shell, so far, I also had the pleasure of watching this movie in Dolby, so a pretty decent screen, but also great sound system with Anthony. It's a little movie by Jordan Peele called Nope.
A little movie.
A little movie by not really little, pretty large movie actually. I think it's his like grandest scaled movie yet, because I think he filmed it like in IMAX, right? Like,
Yes.
Yeah, he filmed
Filmed in IMAX.
it. It's nuts. Like I kind of want to watch it in like the real IMAX up in the one closest to us. But that movie, it's hard to describe a bit because the second trailer kind of gives you more of it, but upon watching the movie, it actually doesn't give you a lot either. I would say go watch it. Yeah, it can get a little scary sometimes. Maybe one scene that gave Anthony and I a bit of flashbacks to Fire in the Sky, which had us a little freaked out.
Yeah, but that's different. I don't know if that'll scare other people. But
Most people, I think, watching Nope will be like, I don't know what that is, but us, we're just like, and then like it's gone, and we're like, okay, cool, that trauma is there. But very, very good, very well put together movie. Like there is a little Easter egg for people who are down with anime. That's all I'll say. But there's also just great cinematography shots. The whole extraterrestrial phenomenon that they're trying to take a video of is shot really well. It's really creepy, like it's really disturbing in this like vast California desert. But there's also these other interesting motifs and themes throughout the film. Everybody is great. Everyone from Daniel Kaluuya, Kiki Palmer, Steve Yeun. I forgot his name, but he was the bad guy from The Crow. He shows up randomly in the movie. And then the kid who plays the Fry's electronics
he was
dude,
hilarious.
he was great. 100%.
At least from the trailer, he looks funny.
Yeah.
Oh, he's great. But yeah, the whole movie, like everything he's in, like it's great. And there's quite a few times where just someone in the cast, in the movie, will see something and they're just like, nope. It's great because it's what most of the theater's thinking
That's
too.
good.
It's an overall entertaining movie. Don't go into it thinking that it'll be a scary movie because it's not really that scary. It's suspenseful. There are suspenseful moments, but
And there's like freaky moments, but
yeah, but it's
yeah.
far in between. Like it's not that there aren't that many, so it's not a scary movie. Don't go into it thinking I'm not gonna watch it because it's scary. It's like it's really not scary. It's just it's a good time.
Yeah, it is a good time. Yeah, it's um
Have you guys seen
Man, it's good.
both of his other films?
Yes.
Nope.
So I've never
Get Out
seen
and
Get Out.
Us.
Oh, I've seen Get Out and Us.
I've only seen Get Out. I remember it took me a while to watch Get Out, and then I finally watched Get Out. I was like, this is freaking great. Like, wow, this is awesome.
Us was more of a scary movie
Yeah.
than this one.
How would
This
you?
was his sci-fi movie. This is more of a sci-fi movie than scary
Yeah,
movie.
it is more of a sci-fi. Yeah, I would agree.
It seems like it would be sci-fi.
Yeah,
Yeah.
more
it's
than-
worth it. And again, watch it in the biggest screen you can because there are some
he actually
really
filmed
good
in
shots.
IMAX. So yeah, they got Hoyt van Hoytema, I think that's how you pronounce his name.
Yes,
He's the cinematographer, and he's done a lot of great movies. He's done, I think, the past couple of
Didn't he do
Christopher Nolan
Dunkirk
movies. He did Tenet for sure.
and Dunkirk? Right
Yeah, I
there.
believe so. Yeah, he's definitely a very good cinematographer, and you can tell. And yeah, they had a lot of cool shots looking upward, looking up at the sky while there's like action going on. It's really cool. But overall, yeah. If I were to rate all three of his movies, I'd probably put this one second. Get Out first. Yeah, Get Out's really good.
That's the general consensus. of What
And
I've
then
been hearing.
Us third. Yeah, Us. I enjoyed it for what it was, but the ending was very weird.
I was just
That
about to
ending
say.
was
I heard it
very
doesn't
weird.
stick the ending. But
Yeah,
I haven't seen it. I can't say. I can't have an opinion.
it
fair.
kind of doesn't. It just doesn't even make sense. Like I was thinking about it too much afterwards. I'm like, it doesn't even make sense how this movie ends.
Anthony is should be known as the thinker because afterward, like he's like when we talking about Jurassic World Dominion,
Yeah, Dominion. I was like,
we were like, wait a minute,
I was entertained, but when I thought about it afterwards,
Oh, no,
that
this
movie
is bad.
dumb. I was like,
this is
why,
bad.
why did they make?
Oh,
that?
then I agreed with that 100%. Like, wait, oh no, this is what? Anyway, but yeah, nope, definitely a yup, in my opinion.
So nope or
You get two
Oh,
yup yups.
yup,
Yup yups
not
for
yip
nope.
yip. Zach, don't get excited. This ain't Airbender.
Not yet.
No, it's not Appa.
Not
It's
Appa.
up, not Appa.
Well, kind of dovetailing over there, I'll let Zach close this one out. I know we talked a little bit about the MCU stuff, but was there anything else that you wanted to kind of give a quick chime on?
Well, so Danny and I mean, the four of us, we got together last night actually to watch a movie that Danny and I had not seen ever.
Oh yeah, we're going right into it, everybody.
ever.
Everybody
Right into
tuning
it.
in, everybody listening in, get excited because these guys got an education.
So last night we watched for the first time in our natural lives the first Predator movie.
Just have to do the bongos every time. It's so good. What was the closed captioning of that? Whiskering?
Yeah, it said whiskering, not like I thought it would say like clicking or
Yeah.
snap or
I
something
would
like
always
that,
think it's
but-
clicking sounds of what the Predator does.
but it's whiskering, which is a weird.
I have yet to
onomatopoeia
look
I
up
think-
what
I
whiskering
think it
is.
makes more sense by the end of the movie.
that
That
they
it's
call
called
it
a
whiskering.
Yeah,
Why? But why would they
because
call
it's
it?
it's a specific noise that it's doing with its mouth, and so
And you
and so when you
see
see its
it.
mouth, then I think I don't know. I guess they call those whiskers, and so it's saying whisker, even though those aren't whiskers.
Aren't those teeth?
Yeah, they look like
The teeth.
4 extra teeth that are on the side. I don't know.
Yeah, like,
but when it makes that noise, they move. They like go like that.
So we decided to
Okay, I
watch.
guess that makes sense. Yeah.
So we
Sort of.
decided to watch
Sort of.
it before the release of Prey comes out on Hulu
yeah.
this next week.
Now
So
you know.
Now we know. And
Knowing is half the battle.
if you look at our Instagram,
Oh, we
we recreated the famous scene of the handshake, the Predator shake.
It's a handshake that turns into an arm wrestling match. It also blows up everybody's mind because of how manly it is. Like this man,
The
just
manliest scene
flexes.
in any movie.
like it's amazing.
I
And
love
then
that.
like Arnold's there, like
The
just
air
with Carl
arm wrestle
Weathers.
match.
It's just CIA got you pushing too many pencils, Dylan, and he's just like, and then like Carl Weathers, Dylan, like he's just like, I'm gonna keep going with it, man. And he's like trying to bluff, like, man, you ain't strong. I was like, dude, it's
Then
Arnold.
he's like,
Shut
all
up.
right, you can stop.
Okay, please stop.
They're
You're
there for
big
like
arm.
a good 5 minutes.
It's a good 30 seconds of just like bro tension. It's wonderful. That, and then you have the rest of like Dutch's team. That's Arnold's character. Like his team, like they're all a bunch of like, your standard dude bro, like special forces guys. They go in, they clear up some base and whatever, and then they proceed to get housed by the freaking Predator.
Yeah. The Predator was taking them all, one at a time. Getting them when they go off on their own, isolating them. Even though his intention wasn't to isolate them, they just isolated themselves because they were going mad
Maybe
and they just wanted to hunt them down.
maybe he got them like crazy on purpose. Mind games.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, maybe not like in a hypnotic kind of way, but just driving them crazy enough to the point where they want to go after whatever this thing is that they can't see, and try to take it out for themselves.
Yeah.
So that way they can. Well, I mean, they all fail except for one, but they all could live peacefully, or continue with their lives peacefully without
Continue with their life peacefully. I don't know if you encounter the Predator and live. I don't know if you can just continue your life peacefully.
The jungle took them. That's what it
the
was.
jungle took them.
La selva se la llevó.
It had great
yeah.
effects, and it is an 80s movie, but it still held up for today, for me and Zach watching it for the first time.
Yeah.
How were some of like your typical like cheesy 80s moments?
Very cheesy.
Extremely.
Yeah.
But I mean, if we were expecting it, so I think it was okay.
And that's the thing. That's the beauty, I think, of Predator, is that like it starts off like that, and then like he throws the freaking like
Spear thing.
he throws the knife at that one guy, and doesn't he tell him to stick around?
Mhm.
Yeah.
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 Well, he throws it, the guy gets stabbed, and then he waits like 30 seconds and then turns around. He's like,
Stick around.
stick around.
Stick around.
Like it was delayed.
Or knock knock, and then I'm just like, really? Like, all right, this is the kind of movie. And then Jesse Ventura, like this guy, he's like, dude, you're bleeding, man. You're hit. I ain't got time to bleed. Like, there's so many of them. Like, and then like Shane Black's character, just with all his jokes, like, dude, Zach actually legitimately found one funny. Like, I was like, wow, he got him. He got him. That's why that guy went and directed stuff after.
Yeah, that was, I think, like the first joke was it was kind of funny, I guess, but the second one was
switched it up.
actually
Yeah, he switched it up. He made
They're so bad.
he made
they're good.
he made like the staunch tracker guy like just burst out laughing.
and then I made a correct prediction that the first person to die would be Shane Black, just out of probably Shane Black.
Yeah,
And
dude,
then-
he
And
got
you were right.
like he got pretty hardcore, like that, and then the other Jesse Ventura, like he got like it looked like plasma impaled. Like the more like I look back on it, it's like yeah, like dude got
Got a hole in his chest.
Yeah, he just got
yep.
like lasered, or plasma
Blazed.
Blazed.
He got shoulder cannon. Now we found out the shoulder cannon.
That shoulder cannon is ridiculous.
Yeah,
It's too overpowered.
It's OP.
yeah. It's like, oh, I'm hunting, but I mean, like if they have like people have M16s and grenade launchers, it's like, well, I guess I have a shoulder cannon to even it up. That's just
Yeah, I
pure
guess.
cauterization. no muzzle flash, like nothing. So like you couldn't even tell where it came from. Like you just get wrecked. Like not fair. Any other like standout moments or standout things you guys enjoyed about the movie?
I like the final fight between Arnold and the Predator. Thought it was very cool. Like the way that he kind of got to fight him and kind of take the advantage.
Yeah.
Hiding and getting the mud all over him, trying to just find his weakness. So that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
It was actually like a smart move. It wasn't like some dumb
Action movie
cheesy
contrivance.
way to like
Yeah. And I mean, he found how to camouflage himself by accident.
Yeah.
When he jumped over the cliff and got muddy, and then the Predator couldn't see him.
Like he figured it out and then took it to the next level and then planned out his whole, way to stop him or kill him.
Yeah, like trying to trap him or even like impale him with those.
Whole jungle gym. Get it?
I love how strong the Predator was. Just like he grabs Arnold by the neck and just like lifts him up with one
Like
arm.
nothing.
This is Arnold
He's like, "This is my house."
with one arm. Like just nope.
Arnold's like, "Do it, come on, do it."
Looking at him, he's like, hell no, just going around.
It's like I know what you're trying
He's
to
like,
do.
he saw the trap. He's like, "No, I'm good."
Dude, or
Well, the only thing is I don't know how he saw anything.
it was just spiky things. He's like, the hell is this? Get this out of here. Carl, so was it Bill Duke's character, Mac? Like we talking about like them going crazy. Like that's the perfect example of what Zach was talking about. Like this dude just went off the deep end. Like he's out here singing Little Richard songs and just like going like just freaking out. And then he got mind gamed. Yeah,
He was spraying the jungle with machine guns.
dude. Oh, that's the scene. I think like that got
Yeah.
both of you. You're just like, dude, did you just break the jungle?
Dude, they were
They destroyed
leveling
the
the forest. They
Yeah.
were leveling the jungle.
This guy
with-
had was it Old Painless, the minigun, and just
Yeah.
like
He was
And-
there for a solid amount of time.
he's still like it's out of like the pack was out of ammo. And he's
And it was
just,
still spinning.
he's just- yeah, because like they saw it and they're like, it must have did like we did something. It's like we hit nothing.
Well,
Uh,
they hit something. I mean, we saw the blood.
Well, that's because this chick Anna
think- yeah.
found it.
If it bleeds, we could kill it.
There, that's. I think I was like counting down with you guys, like
It was
all
like-
the iconic lines, like other than if it bleeds, we can kill it. Like any
Well,
of the,
yeah, for me, because there were two lines that I already knew were going to be in this movie anyway. That the first one being "Get to the chopper."
Yeah.
Get to the chopper.
he finally got to the scene. He goes, "Oh, there it is!" He's like,
There
"Get
it
to the
is."
chopper."
I like how he says chopper a couple of times in the movie, but you're like, "Oh, that wasn't it. That wasn't
That
it."
wasn't
No,
it.
that's
No,
not
Yeah,
that's
because
not it.
I knew it wasn't. Because I know he screams like "Get to the chopper."
Get to the chopper. No, and like he kicks the gun out of this girl's hand, and he's just like, "Oh!" Like it's like ridiculous. Like it's just that level of badassery. But then at the same time, you have to step it up because the predator is like, "Nah, son," gets zapped.
And the other line where he's looking at the predator, and he's like, "You one ugly mother." I'm not gonna say it, but you know,
Mofo.
but you know what
Yeah.
it is. You know the line.
That was an
You've heard
iconic
it.
line.
What the hell are you? And then it's just like and then he's even like there's like, what the hell are you? Like that was kind of
Oh,
wild
and then
too.
the laugh at
Dude,
the end, the
that's
creepy laugh.
Scary.
When he goes like when he puts the timer for like to go nuclear.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how hateful it was. He's like, you know what? F this
Who are
noise. You
you?
can't beat me. I beat me. Done. No, I'm sorry. But then as he also when Dutch is setting everything up, and then he just gets he calls him out in the jungle, and he has that like, it's a roar. Like what is it? Like it's just like a crazy.
yeah, the primal
Scream.
roar. It was to tell him like, "Come over here. Like
Yeah.
I'm ready for you."
Yeah.
ready to scrap. And the predator's like,
Ooh.
oh okay.
And the part where he takes out the predator takes out the guy's spine and like
In the
Skull?
too. Yeah.
that was brutal.
Yeah. And then he's like dressing the trophies. He's like, this is mine. Yeah,
Yeah.
look at that. He's like, this is nice. It's got no teeth, but whatever. It's mine now. Like,
Yeah, he was like caressing it.
Yeah, it was.
yeah,
a little,
he's just like, yeah.
He
That's-
like it. He like it. The skulls.
He like this color very much. Yeah. So, and then a fun fact, I told you guys, the director directed Die Hard.
Yeah.
And the music was done by Alan Silvestri.
Avengers theme.
And
Back to the Future.
It's the first thing they go to is Avengers thing. And I'm like, dude, Back to the Future.
Future.
Back to the Future. Well, Zach doesn't like the Back to the Future.
Didn't he also do
No, I like the theme. It's the other music in the movie aside from the main theme that's just not recognizable.
So the judges will not accept the Avengers theme as the thing Alan Silvestri is known for. We would have also accepted Forrest Gump.
Oh, that's right.
We would have also accepted Forrest Gump. But overall, impression, enjoyed it. Seen a cultural hallmark.
Pretty solid
I think-
80s action film. I'll give it an 8.
I think it's up there with my more or I mean I don't know how to word it. I'll reword it or rephrase it. It's up there with one of my favorite like 70s, 80s, 90s like cheesy action movies. You know, I did
Okay.
give the original Top Gun like
I knew he was gonna say
like,
something.
like yeah, I gave it a 6.5 because it was
Those are the only two you've seen.
the
Oh man.
Man, you ain't seen
I
no
thought you were gonna
thing.
say something else, and then when you said Tom, I was like, wait a minute.
There's Star Wars, there's Star Trek,
Those
but
don't count in this category
No,
of
they
this
don't.
is
cheesy
a
action.
totally different
they're
category.
they're cheesy in other ways, but
Yeah, but
they're good still. They're still good. But
okay. So what are the other ones?
I
Other
gave-
Top Gun.
Top Gun,
That's it.
5 out of 10.
I think that's
Just
it.
Top Gun in this? Oh my
I
god.
mean, I'm sure. Well, I mean, there's Back to the Future, of course.
Yeah, there you go.
But is that in the same category?
No.
I guess
No,
not.
no,
I guess
no,
not.
No.
I wouldn't say
'Cause
so.
I wouldn't say it's like cheesy action. It's like cheesy comedy, sci-fi kind of.
Yeah, it's more
So-
like yeah.
Yeah, we gotta start watching more like Van Damme movies.
Next up,
Well, we gotta watch
Bloodsport.
Alien.
Bloodsport.
we gotta
Alien,
watch
Oh, yeah.
Aliens, Bloodsport, Commando.
Terminator.
Yeah, like the other
Ooh,
like
Terminator.
Arnold action movies. I mean, I'm also down to get you guys to watch Conan the Barbarian. That one's actually a little artsier, a little more, but it's more gravitas as an epic.
The music.
The music's so
Oh.
good. That's Basil Polidorus randomly.
So
But
good.
James Earl Jones is in the first Conan the Barbarian, surprisingly. But anyway, yeah, like that's just the gateway into some of other Arnold's categories of films. So check it out. Glad you
It
guys
was fun.
enjoyed it. Yeah, man. Time well spent. Very cool.
And it's a short movie too. I think it's like an hour and a half.
Yeah,
It
like
was an
hour and
hour
47.
40
Yeah,
something.
hour
Yeah.
40 something.
Hour
yeah.
47. So
Yeah, it's
you know,
pretty
it's
quick.
shorter than some of the bigger stuff you see here.
It did what it needed to do.
It came to collect.
Now,
But now talking about
switching
epics.
over
Talking
to
about epics,
a
right?
3-hour movie.
Current epic.
3 hours and 7 minutes long.
I think you're talking about Lord of the Rings.
No,
No.
we're not.
A 3-hour epic?
Another crazy
not Lord of the Rings.
action movie, but it had, I mean, Danny had everything, right?
This movie had everything, even a dance off.
Yeah.
No,
No, this isn't a Fast and Furious movie. No.
The movie we were
I
talking about
wish.
is RRR.
RRR, the famous Rajmouli film that came out like I think late last year or something. It's like broke the Indian box office records. Netflix finally got the Hindi dub, and we decided, hey, this is really popular, and it's got some ridiculous action. Let's give it a watch. And boy, were we not disappointed.
We gave it a watch.
You know, that was
It was a very entertaining watch for 3 hours.
dude.
Definitely weren't bored.
Like even like Tina, like Danny's girlfriend, like rolled up and she's like, "What is this? Oh, okay. Like this seems
She's
interesting."
like, no, I won't watch it. I'll just
I'll
let you
be
guys
okay.
be.
She got
And then
hooked
she-
like a soap opera hooked. Like that
she
thing.
watched the whole thing.
I think what hooked her was Rama. I
The
think
first 30-minute intro. of the
Yeah.
movie.
30-minute intro of the movie. It's like so
Before the titles, there's a 30-minute intro.
of just the two main characters. So one of the main characters is like a Raj guard, and like in like some prison camp somewhere outside, and they're just like, what was it? Like that guy like threw a bottle and broke something, and then the commanding officer's like, I want that man. In a
I
sea
want
of, like,
that guy arrested.
Sea of 600 people, and then this guy's like, I'll get him. Ridiculousness ensued.
After that scene, I was like, oh, so this is the movie we're gonna be in.
Oh yeah, dude! Like he got jumped by like
he-
20 people, and then just batoned them all, and they're like, "Ow!"
Well,
And
he jumps over a barbed wire fence that's like, I don't know how many
10 feet tall?
Yeah, I don't know how many feet.
He does like that triple
Using
jump.
He used like that
He's
can
playing
of
Smash
oil to,
Brothers.
like,
He did his double jump and then a B, and then he got over. and then his commanding officer was like, "Whoa, that guy jumped over the fence!" Like he's like, "What is this guy doing?"
yeah, that guy didn't know like that's the guy that you have employed right now. And then the other dude, he like is trying to like hunt off or like catch a wolf, and then like brings in a tiger, and then basically like tries to like wrestle a tiger while like some other junk dude, and like he's trying to like pull it like with the strong ox strength, like dude, oh man, and we totally skipped like the beginning of the movie where this little girl just straight up gets kidnapped by like rich white British people, played by Ray Winstone, one of the Punishers,
Stevenson.
or Ray Stevenson.
Yeah.
Sorry, Winstone's the guy from Beowulf. Sorry. Yeah, that whole scene was nuts too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, there is some English that's spoken in the movie, but for the most part, it's not. So
yeah,
you will have to read subtitles if you're gonna watch this movie.
Yeah.
Oh man, it's worth it.
It's worth it.
I don't
You
know.
need to read it. It's
Does
worth it.
Netflix actually have a dub version? Do you know?
It's just in Hindi.
It's only Hindi.
Okay.
Yeah,
so-
yeah, that was something that we checked when we were watching to see if there was one. But
So
it's
if
just
that's
in-
a turnout for you, then I guess you're gonna miss out on a 3-hour epic.
Yeah,
But
like
it would have been awesome to see this in theaters.
like I kind of wanted to watch it in like Telugu, like originally, but like I guess because it's originally there, but it's cool. It's still okay because like you can tell when certain words are one thing, and it was like, oh, that's cool, but that's still a dub, even though people's names were there. But yeah,
That
this
little
is-
girl was not singing.
that little girl was,
was
like
not singing.
overdubbed, like
She
to
got
hell.
triple
Yeah,
dubbed.
it was really
hell.
that was not synced up.
Yeah.
well,
But
it wasn't synced up because it was a different language.
No, I know.
Yeah.
I'm saying it was just not.
but it
good.
was like what? But okay, sure. Like for us, for the Western audiences, like that's the kind of sensibilities that we have to make sure that we're attuned to. So it's
Yeah.
it's it's not a Hollywood film, so it's something it's a bit different. But the effects,
The effects were top notch, and the cinematography, like some of the locations and colors
yeah.
stood out. Like my favorite scene was that fireworks in the back.
Oh,
behind
the
guy.
fireworks fight, dude, that was nuts.
Like they get ready to pose, and there's fireworks behind them.
Yeah,
just
it was
like
cool.
circling around.
Yeah.
They looked
It was like representing their.
They're like one's fire,
But
one's
yeah,
water.
Yeah.
Dude, that was badass. No, what was also badass was like everything that led up to the beginning. Right, you get the opening, like the actual title card,
Mhm.
and like 40-something minutes in, like the whole bridge sequence, where they just like grab their hand, like yeah, like that was like
We're
the
friends now.
yeah, we're friends,
Did
and they
we
have
just become best friends?
they like had
Yes.
the total best friend montage, like they're just riding around on a motorcycle, like I'm gonna
That
teach
was
you how to do
great.
this.
The
Oh,
best-
we're running away.
The
Those are
best
great.
bromance ever.
I'm gonna put you on my shoulders, like dude, it was
And
perfect.
squat.
And I'm like,
Squats.
yeah, man, that's not Ram. It's the other.
You
dude's
work
name.
out together.
Both these guys are like Superman for somehow. They
Literally.
both
They're
have
their
like
own version
crazy
of Superman.
powers for no reason, but it's awesome.
I just love how they were able to do that sequence without even talking to each other.
Yeah, like so.
How
What was his name? His name
how
was
did he
Dean.
know that there was another like Superman guy?
Yeah.
And he gave him a look, and he's like, "You know what I'm thinking?" And the other guy's like, "I think so." And then he does sign language to him, and then it works.
But
He understood.
understand, do you know when they gave the signal from like across
a
the
mile
river?
away. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that's like I don't know if that's the Ganges, but he's just like I'm gonna look at you from a bridge in the river Ganges while I'm on the motorcycle. Yo, I got you. You got me. Yes, I got you. And then they immediately like
Well, that's how you
Synced
know
up.
a
Break.
bromance is about to happen because only they could get it.
dude, it was so like over the top, but it was incredible, like incredibly over the top.
Yeah, if you're gonna watch this movie, do not go in it taking it seriously because it's
Yeah.
just it's
Watch
out of
it,
it's out of hand.
watch it in a group with friends.
Oh, man,
we
it's
had
awesome.
such a fun time.
It
watching
was so much
it was
fun,
really fun.
dude. The car, the van skid, and then all of the animals.
Yeah, it's like there were some effects that were fantastic, and then other times it was like it's kind of weird.
Oh,
but
that's-
for the most part,
Yeah,
the effects were great.
yeah, but I think because of cultural sensibilities, a lot of the animal shots they don't use live animals, so it's all the CG animals on that. So like it makes sense. Like,
They had a warning in the
Yeah.
beginning of the movie.
It's like, hey, we don't do this, just in case, and so that's understandable. But that's part of the runtime technically. But yeah, the movie's great. Like there's ups and downs. There's friendship, betrayal,
Love interests.
love interest. Like Danny said, a dance off, like a
dance
straight
off?
up dance off. Dude,
Kind
like,
of too, because they did one at the end credits.
yes,
Oh, yeah, that was the second one. Yeah.
yeah. I know. Zach, what was your favorite part of this movie? I need.
Oh man, favorite part.
I'm remembering so much right
Yeah, mine was
I
the
mean,
fireworks one.
I don't want to spoil too much either. But
Because I mean, it was such a long movie that I'm trying to think of every possible scene. I mean,
at one point, it didn't feel 3 hours, and then it did. It's a
That's so
Yeah.
weird.
It's a
yeah.
very weird
There
thing.
was so much that went on. Like
Yeah.
there were so many subplots, and then you would think like because it seemed like every act was its own movie, and then it would switch to something else, and it's the next
like the
act. and then,
flashback sequences,
yeah,
like in
but
the
it had
town
so-
with the rifle, like
yeah,
that could have been its own thing.
It
Oh,
had
and also
so
those
many-
guys are hella stupid. Like those British troops were hella stupid.
It
the-
just had so many good payoffs.
There was one part where I was like, "Oh, the movie's over," and then we looked at the time. There's still like
An
an
hour,
hour
and 20.
left. Like, what's happening here?
Oh man, dude.
Like, what's left to say? And then they start doing some flashback scenes and all that.
No, can we talk about how the there's a yeah, like I don't want to spoil that, like Anthony's not too much spoilers, but it's just that one sequence involving Ray Stevenson with the dude, that was ridiculous.
Still can't explain what happened there.
Yes.
Like
They
how
never
is-
showed him land.
like this, like his car gets bumped from the front, so it should have been crushed completely. So he's in the air, but he knows, oh, that guy I gotta shoot. So his gun jumped in the air with him, grabs the rifle, is like, no scope, baby, bam, and
And
like,
that car flew.
and then he hits the car, and the car does like a 720 in like a barrel roll. Like it's incredible.
The funny thing is, he's used to doing ridiculous action like that.
Oh yeah,
Because you
Raj
guys
Moody
need to
plays
watch.
with physics.
You need to watch The Punisher.
Oh, we're talking
Punisher
about
Warzone. Yeah. Ray
Hardcore?
Stevenson was the second Punisher in the movies. So that's also a ridiculous movie that he's in. And he had at least one or two scenes in RRR where he got to do some Punisher-isms.
Punisher-isms
Yeah.
indeed. But yeah, like that movie had everything. Like the there's a prison breakout scene that is just ridiculous. Like just like they call back to the buddy bromance moment when they're just like playing chicken on top of the shoulders.
Oh, that part.
That
yeah.
whole part is
Mhm.
ridiculous because
Yeah.
Beam has strong legs. Rama's got the guns up top, and they became like the ultimate human being.
Mega person.
We got some bow and arrow scenes.
Oh, man.
We got some dude. The motors. I think Danny's favorite part is it got to be the motorcycle, dude. Just
He catches it. No, he stops it,
It
makes it
It
flip,
flips,
and then catches it with his hand,
and doesn't he then chuck it?
and then throws it.
Yeah, he just chucks it.
Yeah, I think he threw it at one of the British soldiers, or I don't remember. Yeah, it was all so ridiculous.
There's too much. There's too much.
It's just
Yeah, it's too much.
But just go watch
It's
it.
worth a
fantastic.
watch, guys. Like it's
It was
honestly
fantastic.
carve out
Get-
3
yeah.
hours.
Get a group of people because it may not be as fun if you watch it by yourself.
yeah.
So I would get a group of people, even if you guys don't even if you think you don't like it, at least all of you will probably like be laughing throughout the whole time you're watching it. So it'll definitely be a fun time.
Yeah, like we don't want to go full on recap because like it doesn't do the movie justice. Like
Mm-mm.
just watch it all in one sequence because man, it's great. Like it's just it's awesome. Like I wouldn't have had the time I had watching it with these guys really made it like special. But at the same time, I know the movie itself just has a lot of fans. Like a couple 100 million fans in India alone, but it's worth the watch. Like in a group, like get your popcorn out, and gather around your biggest Netflix enabled screen and have a good ass time.
Just cool being able to see different culture movies that we're not used to seeing all the time, and kind of get out and try some new movies. So.
Get out.
I think this is the first.
Yeah.
Well, not. I think I know
Nope.
that this is the first Indian-based movie I've ever watched.
Oh, boy.
I've never seen anything Bollywood or anything else, and
Time to
I
start.
kind of want more.
Time to start.
kinda
I
want
kind
more,
of
yeah.
want to
You
watch.
gotta watch
more.
Robot.
You gotta watch Robot. That is Anthony like showed that on his computer one time, like one sequence, and everything like the music, the crazy computer effects, the ridiculous action, everything is just is nuts. Like it's
Cranked up to 11.
it's like
everything.
like crazier than Crank, like that kind of nuts.
I would definitely want to check out more from this director too.
Oh, Rajmouli, yeah.
That would be.
He has like what a friend of mine calls like the Indian Avengers. It's like a two-parter.
Well, that's what I'm watching next.
Yeah, like there was one, like part 1 apparently is done really well. Part 2 is like kind of ridiculously over the top. But like
So like
almost
Infinity War and Endgame.
yeah, why not? Why not? Yeah, man. So I would think that's a pretty healthy round out to the watch list for us that we guys got to watch.
Predator is on Hulu.
Predator.
Right? And RRR is on Netflix, if any of you are interested.
Yeah.
Correct. I think a lot of 20th Century Fox films might have found their way on Hulu, just as
Yeah.
a fun little fact, because Fox brought out Predator originally.
It might be on Disney Plus, depending on where you are.
That's true.
Yeah, it
if you're
depends.
They have
in
Disney
Europe,
Plus /Star.
yeah.
That's like their external app for their Hulu type content.
Mm-hmm.
And
Right
then,
on.
And then Prey is exclusively on Hulu,
Hulu. Yeah.
unless it's on a different streaming service outside of the U.S.
It might be
In some countries,
Hulu/Star.
yeah.
Yep. Once again, Nope is in theaters. Marcel the Shell with Shoes On is also in theaters. What else did
Terminal List,
Terminalist is on
Amazon.
Amazon Prime.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
And
Defenders.
Defenders
Yeah.
are
and all
on
the other Netflix
Yeah,
Disney
Marvel
Plus.
shows.
Disney Plus. Make sure you're old enough to
Yeah.
watch it, or your parent consent.
TVMA.
You know,
Media Man.
rewatching those shows, Iron Fist was not as bad as I remembered it,
Yes,
even
it
though it was, I think, the worst reviewed of the shows. It
Watch
wasn't that
season
bad.
2.
Oh, yeah, I think season 2.
Season 2
Well, no,
kind of hurts, but then
thought-
it has some nice moments, and then it has some stuff. But anyway, yeah.
It wasn't as bad as I remembered it, or from what I heard back when it first came. I mean, it was enjoyable still. I don't remember season 2 that much.
Exactly.
I thought it was, and from what I remember, maybe it was a little bit better than the first season. But I once I get to rewatching it, then I'll make my opinion on it. But
I'll look
it's
forward to
still a
that.
very solid saga overall.
Yeah.
for sure.
Right on.
Definitely a good watch, especially with if these, like I mentioned earlier, if these characters are coming back. Good idea to see where it all kind of started with these characters.
Yeah. Yeah, it's cool to see it come together, and then who knows what comes up in the future. But with everything that we presented over in this week's episode, we would encourage everyone listening and watching to reach out through our Twitter and social media, Twitter, Instagram, Popcorn Watchlist. We want to get everybody's kind of opinions. If you've seen these movies before, if you just watched something just like these guys did with Predator for the first time, if you are also caught up with the Terminal List, talk to Anthony, because Danny and I are still like 2 episodes behind. No spoilers. We'll find you. I'm kidding. But if you end up watching Marcel the Shell or Nope, we want to hear your reactions as well. Get that dialogue going. We can talk about it hopefully in next week's episode.
Yeah, I just posted on our Instagram as well roundup of a lot of other stuff that we recently watched. Maybe we didn't get through everything, but you could always watch that and let us know what's on your watch list as well.
Yeah, it should be saved like in the profile itself. So take a look at it. You'll see our July rundown. Everything that was in there between the 4 of us, we got to see a lot. So tune in there, and we'll catch you again next time, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in.
Later, guys.
See ya.
Later.